Picture this. You've just arrived at college, and you're excited for all that lies ahead. You had a decent high school career. You studied and worked hard, and you made it into an okay college. It'll set you up for the life that you want. No more, no less. But it's day one, and your RA proposes that you play a game. And so he says, I want everyone to come up with 2 truths and 1 lie. And you think long and hard about it, and you land on, I had 3 cats, I had 4 cats, and I had 2 dogs. And everyone quickly guesses that obviously the lie is that you had 3 cats, because you look like a 4-cat kind of guy. But then it gets to the next kid, college student, adult, right? You're all adults. And he says, fact number 1, Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. Fact number 2, Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. Fact number 3, the Earth was named after a Star Wars villain. No one said the facts have to be about you. Welcome to our show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Everything But the Cats, the only show where we talk about everything. My name's Gage.
I'm DJ.
Except for one specific thing. Anyways, we're revisiting one of our favorites of the early episodes. If you haven't gone back and listened to the audio-only episodes, I recommend you do it. I still think at some point I am going to get them on here, but I just haven't yet. For those of you on YouTube, I guess. For those of you listening on audio only, you've already got it. But we are revisiting 2 Truths and a Lie, which was a very fun one that we did. And we're updating it. We're just doing it again. We're going to do ourselves and then a few other topics. I don't know anything else that needs to be said. Except for this, pumpernickel.
I'll be eating chips throughout, so there might be little pauses where I realize I need to say something, but I'm eating a chip. So, yeah, because I've been working out more, and my body does not understand how dieting works. So that's a real problem. But anyways, we're doing 2 Truths and a Lie. I think early on, Gage, we need to establish one thing, and that is the question of like how much we're wanting to prod into things. The follow-up question, the thing that really matters is like, is this would I lie to you style where like we're coming up with like fake facts, like fake supporting facts to the false thing.
I gotcha.
Or it's like, I'm saying 3 things and you're guessing which one's false. And then I'll tell you about them later.
So the first time we did this, we did it that way where I think we did allow for like one question. But I think we should do it that way. Now, I think the statements can be as long and in-depth as you'd like them to be, I guess. But
yeah, I told like childhood stories last time. I'm not doing that this time.
All of my personal ones are about the same subject. So this will be fun.
Is that how many cats you had? I knew it.
It was no cats. I'm kidding. I have one.
Yeah.
But
she tried to kill me.
Yeah. I did avoid the whole, like, I said I had 2, but I actually had 3. I avoided that with any of mine as far as I
Those are all of mine. So I've learned the power of them. So
there's quite a bit of power in it.
Right. So
fact number 1, I have 3 hairs.
Wait a second. That's funny. So a quick note. The first topic is that we did facts about ourselves, like the classic icebreaker of a game. Gage and I have been at least good friends for half of our lives now. I'll throw a best in there. Why not? Excuse me. So we've been really good friends for over half of our lives. So it's tricky to come up with stuff that like to even know. Okay, Gage won't know for sure that this is the truth, and then to come up with a lie that he won't know is immediately a lie because again, over half of our lives we've been friends. It does help that the past, like I don't know, feels like forever. Gage has lived forever away, so that helps a little bit. But that's right. I've also lived forever away because that's how like travel works.
That's how relativity works.
Yeah, the road works both ways. So, anyways, that's our first thing. Gage, do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I have no preference. I am ready either way.
Cool. Tell you what, you go first so I can see what I'm up against here.
Yeah, okay. So for the personal ones, all of these are related to bands and music. So my first fact is that I have at 2 separate concerts gotten posters signed by every member of the band that I went to see. My second is that I currently have in my possession a drumstick from the drummer Jay Weinberg of Slipknot back then, who is currently for Sepultura now, when I saw Slipknot in Arkansas. And my third fact is that my first ever metal concert was at the age of 26, and I was basically on the stage.
Okay, you promised me that it wasn't a matter of like, it's actually 3 signed posters.
Yes, I promise. I promise.
And I take you at your word, unless that was the ultimate lie at the beginning. So I'm gonna guess it's the drumstick.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So
Good
I
job.
do actually have 3 posters that are signed by every band member, but only 2 of them were ones that I got at the concert.
Okay.
So I have a Family Force 5 that I got freshman year of college, Building 429 that I got my first year my only year in full-time youth ministry. And I have From First to Last, which started out as like a cover band, and then they kind of do their own thing now too. But I got that in the mail just because I wanted it. And I have
Sweet.
all 3 in my room. The first metal show that I went to was Fit for a King back in 2021, July of 2021. It was probably almost exactly 5 years ago today, I'm pretty sure. And it was in Springfield, Missouri, and it was in the back of like this coffee shop thing. And I was basically standing on the stage, and it was phenomenal. If I think about it, I might in post add like a clip of one of the videos I took while I was there. Um,
Just play it on your phone right now.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
And the other thing, so I did actually catch a drumstick from Jay Weinberg at the Slipknot concert. What happened is he threw it, and it like just went through the people, like just went through everybody in front of me. And I immediately, like, I squatted faster than I have ever squatted in my life. And I just stuck my hand straight forward and grabbed. I couldn't see it, but I grabbed it. It was like the force led me to it. And then I hid it in my pocket for the rest of the concert. And I gave it to the person that I went with, and they currently have it framed in their room.
Oofda.
Oofda, big oofda. Well, the worst part, that's the second drumstick that they have from a Slipknot concert because they got one at another Slipknot concert they went to. I should have just kept it. Brownie points, man.
Man. Oh, there are some questions. Oh, okay. I can't believe you never went to a Divided We Stand concert.
Yeah, it's crazy because
Yeah.
that definitely would have been like right up my alley, but I definitely never did. I do have their CD.
Okay. I
Uh, it was
sorry.
pretty good actually. Like for the like being a metal band in Fort Scott, Kansas, the CD's pretty good.
Okay. I believe it. I went to a concert
Mm-hmm.
with Maddie and like her torn ACL. She's like, we should do that. And like we did, and I feel like the whole time like it's a mosh pit in Fort Scott, Kansas, right?
Yeah.
So like it's just like the local hooligans kind of playfully pushing on each other, which I've never experienced a real one, so that's probably all it is. But then I'm just
Mm-hmm.
there like, don't hurt your knee, like a good boyfriend. So I had mine before you did.
Yeah,
Crazy stuff.
that is really crazy actually. I mean, some people would call Skillet metal. I would not because I did go to a Skillet concert in 7th grade.
Is that why you wouldn't? It doesn't
No,
count.
it doesn't count. It was before high school. I just don't think that counts as metal. It probably does, but when I'm talking about metal, you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, metalcore, post-hardcore, punk infused.
Did you still have
Black
hair?
metal? No, I did not.
Man, so you never got to like whip it.
No, I've never got to headbang with a head of hair. I
That's
haven't,
wild.
like at a concert.
Yeah, man. You gotta bring a wig
I was in pretty good shape back then, though. I had just lost 50 pounds
of hair.
of hair. Yeah. When I went to that show and I wore like a tank top and I looked like one of those guys who's like semi-muscular at a metal show. And it was like
Nice.
really fun. Um, and then it was not so fun. And then it was really fun. And then I was coming home.
Great. How
Great.
fun.
How fun.
Okay. So are you ready? Are you ready for some facts about me, Gage?
I am ready, DJ.
Uh None of these have to do with my debaucherous youth.
Okay.
Just just so you know. But you can pretend. Okay. Number one, Angela. For listeners, that's my wife. Angela and I can't agree what color eyes I have. Number two, because I wasn't expecting Isaiah to be born on the day that he was born, I accidentally pulled an all nighter playing video games the night before. Number three, the list of hobbies that I have picked up and put back down includes things such as video game development, crocheting, and learning French.
Okay, so here's the thing that's difficult for me, right? I know that so the thing about memory is weird, right? Because I think something crazy like 20, 30, 40% of your memories are just things that your brain kind of puts two and two together on like what actually happened and what you actually like remember. But I feel like I have been part of a conversation before where you guys disagreed on your eye color. I feel like I've been a part of that, or I've listened to you say it before. Like, I feel like that's a thing that we've talked about. I know for a fact that you have worked on crocheting and you have worked on, like, video game development. I'm pretty sure you're actively still working on video game development. And so I'm wondering if that one is the put down is the part that's the thing, right? Or at least you were not long ago, still kind of actively working on that. The thing that catches me there is French. Can you say the middle one more time? Oh, yes, no, I know that Isaiah, I don't know if you did an all-nighter the night before. I don't know that.
Mhm.
But I do know that, like, as you were waiting for Isaiah to be born in the hospital, you finished the Cradle series. So I feel like that one's the lie. I feel like you did an all-nighter reading a book series, not playing video games.
It is the lie. I did not do an all-nighter. We weren't expecting him to be born. He was born about a month early. And I did go to the gym that morning. So I had gotten up at like 5-ish. And then he ended up finally being born at like 1, I think it was 1:55 a.m. I know it was 1:55 a.m. So I had actually taken a nap after we kind of got checked into the hospital. And so poor Angela goes from like the most painless part of labor, like, maybe I'm feeling a contraction, I don't know, to I wake up like 3 hours late. And she's been trying to wake me up because she's in pain. So feel bad. And then I did finish reading it after he was born. I finished reading the Cradle series. Because he was born so early, he was underweight, and so we had to spend an extra couple days in the hospital. I was just telling them all about your childbirth. No. I did just say on air about how I took a nap while you were laboring. And I woke up and you were in pain and had been trying to wake me up. Yeah. But I love you. I did. The alarm on my phone is currently set to Angela saying, DJ, hey, DJ, DJ. So that hopefully, like the alarm I wake up to in the morning is that. Mm-hmm. So that hopefully she'll be able to wake me up this time.
So when I was staying with you a couple of weeks ago, I actually heard your alarm go off one of the mornings. And I was like, Angela's out here with Isaiah.
He's learned to mimic us.
I was genuinely like, what is happening? But yeah, okay, cool. I didn't get it last time we did this. I wasn't able to guess the lie, so I'm happy about that.
You know me so well.
I also feel like I listened better this time.
I talked forever last time. I was a jerk. I was like, in the year of 2003, on the 7th day of the 4th month, I was trying to be more brief this time.
Valid and fair. I appreciate it. Those were good, though. Those were good. Now, you said you have 2 others? Okay. So I have a list of like 6 or 7 that I could do. So, but they're each a different category. So I feel like I'll just give you the categories and then you tell me the one you want.
Wait.
So I've got general science, kind of. Yeah, general science, Olympics, food, strange deaths, animals, Roman emperors, and medieval laws.
Give me general science. Why not?
Okay. So I say general science because it's like not a specific branch of science. It's just like 3 science-y things. So the first is that NASA at one point tried to train spiders to spin square webs. The second is that scientists once tried teaching dolphins English. And the third is that doctors once prescribed cigarettes for asthma.
All right. I'm gonna guess the spiders, and I'm gonna guess it's a different shape. Like actually, we're trying to get them to do like D20s.
Okay, so you are right on the lie. The truth on that is that NASA did send spiders into space to see if they could still spin webs, not necessarily to get them to do any specific shapes. And at first, the spiders really struggled, but eventually were able to spin fairly normal webs.
In square shapes.
Yeah, in square shapes. It was cubes, not squares.
So true.
So during the thing about the dolphins, is this something you've heard before?
No, but it's more plausible.
Yeah.
And maybe I have. Like, it's Cold War, right? It's got to be Cold War.
60s.
Spy on the Cubans.
Yeah. So during the 1960s, you'll never guess what group actually funded this.
The C-I stinking A.
It was NASA.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, because remember NASA started exploring the ocean and then gave up at some point. So they had a neuroscientist who believed that dolphins might be able, because of how intelligent dolphins are, might be able to learn to speak English.
To
And
speak.
yes, is my understanding.
Okay, I was expecting like to learn commands.
Yeah, so I mean they can do that. They like that is a
Yeah,
thing they can do, but
makes sense.
they were trying to get them to imitate human speech.
Hey, Greg,
And
how have you been?
they were successful in getting them to imitate some sounds, but not like truly knowing English. Kind of like when you're raising, like with Isaiah, there was a certain point where when you would say words, he would repeat them but not know what they meant.
Sure.
It was kind of the same thing, but with dolphins and not quite as articulate, probably. But yeah, so NASA funded the research going into trying to teach dolphins how to speak English. And then in the 1800s and 1900s, doctors believed that asthma was caused by spasms in the bronchial tubes, and nicotine can relax certain muscles, and smoke would irritate the airways enough to induce coughing. So they would use cigarettes as treatment for asthma.
Yeah, and I feel like that one, it just makes sense, like for it to be true because those guys were so weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like how they used to prescribe like cocaine for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, similar
Good
thing.
old days.
The good old days.
All right, is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn, man.
Give me just a moment here. Gage, how familiar are you with the laws of the game?
Like the game?
Like soccer.
Oh, probably not as familiar as I should be, but fairly familiar.
What about the initial ones drafted in December 1863?
Oh shoot, I am not. Let's do
Okay.
this.
No, it's actually we'll talk about. There's some really interesting stuff that if you know the context for some of these rules, then it is really interesting
Mm-hmm.
knowing the rules. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 real rules and 1 fake rule.
Okay.
And this is in 1863. Some school teachers got together. The newly founded football association was, so that's the English like governing body of soccer, got together, and it was like brand new. They got together and they created the laws of the game. And yeah, I'll talk about the other context in just a little bit. But they put together 13 laws, and 2 of these are taken from laws, not necessarily an entire law, but they're taken from laws at the very least. And one of them is not.
Okay.
Okay, number 1. The goal was just 2 upright posts, 8 yards apart, with no crossbar, meaning that as long as it was in between the posts, you could kick the ball as high as you wanted and you would score a goal. Number 2, when the ball crossed the goal line, whichever team touched it first could take a kick from the nearest corner.
Okay.
Number 3, players were explicitly banned from wearing boots with nails protruding from the soles or heels.
I'm gonna guess that one's the lie.
The nails.
Yeah, the nails.
Rule 13 of the 1863 laws of the game: no player shall wear projecting nails, iron plates, or gutta percha on the soles or heels of his boots.
Okay. Okay, so that's not it. Is it the no crossbar?
Rule 1 of the laws of the game. There's stuff about the length and width of the field, and the goal shall be defined by 2 upright posts 8 yards apart without any tape or bar across them. And then rule number 4, A goal shall be won when the ball passes between the goalposts or over the space between the goalposts at whatever height.
Okay, so is this like this? What came first, soccer or rugby?
Yeah. Okay, so this is where the drama comes in. I think soccer came, here's my best understanding, is that soccer came first and rugby is an offshoot. That's like specifically how they played it at a school called rugby, like the rugby school.
Huh.
And so all these schools had their own, like, here's how we played at that school. Here's how we played at this school. And so the newly formed football association got together and decided, like, okay, here's how football is going to be played. And there's I could do a whole episode on this because there's like drama and intrigue where at the first meeting, there are a bunch of schools, like delegates from schools, who the way they put it is like in favor of hacking, which is like being able to like trip people and kick their legs and stuff and like pick up the ball and run with, like, there are people that are like pushing for the official rules of soccer to be like rugby's rules. And so at the first meeting, they have the majority. And so they like get enough votes to like postpone the meeting to a second meeting where they've got a slim majority. And then at that point, they pull out, like, did you notice that this other school came up with some rules? We should review those before our next meeting. And so they review those rules. And at the third meeting, the rugby people aren't there. Like, there aren't as many rugby people there. And so then they're like, great, let's establish the rules of the game now. And then we got these 13 rules. And if you look through the rules of the game, like, they didn't try to hide the drama that was there. Okay, let's see. Rule number 9. No player shall carry the ball. Rule number 10. Neither tripping nor hacking shall be allowed, and no player shall use his hands to hold or push his adversary. Number 11. A player shall not throw the ball or pass it to another. Number 12. No player shall take the ball from the ground with his hands while it is in play under any pretense whatever. So I feel like it's very clear that they're like, all right, those guys are gone. Let's make it like, keep your hands off the stinking ball. A couple notable.
It's called football.
It's called football. Come on.
Why would you use your hands in a sport called football?
Come on. So the lie was the corners thing. A couple notable differences are that there are a number of rules, like no player may do this, no player may do that, but there's not a punishment for them. So penalties didn't exist yet. Indirect free kicks, I don't think existed yet. I think for the first little while, it was like this lawless wasteland. And yeah, so then there was, okay, so that's one difference. Penalties didn't exist. There was no concept of that. That would come like 10 years later or something like that. There was a rule, if the ball went out, whichever team was the first to touch it in retrieving it was the one that got the advantage. So the ball rolls out and I run to it and I kick the ball out and I run out to it. I'm the one that you do pick it up and do a throw in, but like, even though I knocked it out, if I touch it first, I do the throw in.
Wild.
But with the throw in, it's very clear, like, this is not going to be rugby. So don't even act like it's rugby. You're allowed to throw, you line up and you can throw the ball perpendicular to the touch line. And so like at a 90-degree angle, and it's not considered in play until it has hit the ground. So like, it's very clear, like you get the ball back in and then you don't touch it until it touches the ground. So that was one difference. And then if it goes out past the goal line, it's that same thing. Whoever touches it first gets the advantage. If the defending team touches it first, then they just get to kick the ball from their goal line. And so, they'll send it downfield. Pretty classic, kind of what we expect. Whereas if the other team is the first one, the attacking team is the first one to touch it, it sounds like, I struggle a bit with the wording here. One of his side shall be entitled to a free kick, but at the goal only, from a point 15 yards from the goal line, opposite the place where the ball is touched. I'm not sure opposite in like what capacity, like what that means.
Yeah.
But the opposing side shall stand behind their goal line until he's had his kick. So he gets like, it sounds like he gets a free kick from 15 yards out, which people would have a lot of fun with. There's nothing about goalkeepers. There's nothing about a number of players per side. So like I'd call those important, but they didn't, like, they fell below, like, don't play rugby. Like, so they had their priorities. One other thing, this is rule number 8, and I don't know exactly what it means, but if a player makes a fair catch, so you were allowed to catch it, he shall be entitled to a free kick, provided he claims it by making a mark with his heel at once. And in order to take such a kick, he may go as far back as he pleases, and no player on the opposite side shall advance beyond his mark until he is kicked. So, like, you can catch the ball and, like, stomp your heel down, like, all right, I'm taking a free kick.
Okay.
But I don't know what a fair catch means either. So there are a lot of things here I'm like, I don't know what that entails. Let me make sure there aren't any really important ones that I'm missing. Oh, this is small. But after a goal is won, the losing side shall kick off and goal shall be changed. So you
So you
trade
switch
sides every time
sides.
someone scores.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's we've read most of the 1863, like the initial laws of the game as they were first laid out, and a lot of changes happened in the 1800s.
And what's crazy is they had pro teams within 20 years of that.
Yeah. The first professional sport, though, rugby.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned that in my research for this.
Fun.
Yeah, but yeah, it's fun that, like, so much of it is like, guys, come on, don't play rugby. Yeah, that's all I've got, and the rules have continued to change. I mean, they've probably changed something this year. I don't know.
They've changed several things just for this World Cup. Yeah.
Boom. So these 13 rules were the beginning, and then they've gotten fleshed out. So
Okay.
yeah. Any questions or anything?
Not really. That just it doesn't even remotely seem like the game that we know, And so that's one of those things that's like really interesting in when you look at like the history of a thing, is like how drastically different it is from where it started.
That's true. I am curious if they left rules 9 through 13 just completely, like, no player shall carry the ball. Don't trip or hack. Don't use your hands to hold or push. Don't throw the ball. Don't take the ball from the ground. Don't wear nails in your boots. Like, I wonder if they just left those as is. They're like, that works.
Players definitely grab and push each other with their hands, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it is also interesting thinking about, like, so nowadays, even still, if someone passes the ball back to their goalie and the goalie picks it up, someone, like, they get an indirect free kick in the box. And like that, I believe that rule was written in 1891.
Wow.
And which, like, I feel like it makes sense, because I feel like you see it happen, you're like, what a weird, why is that happening? And it's because it was written in 1891 is why that's happening. And so it is interesting, the things that, not only, like, it's so different than how it was, but the areas where it's like, oh, like, that's the same. And, like, is there a better way we can do it? Probably. But we still got it. So
I've only ever seen like 3 indirect free kicks ever happen, like, ever.
I watched a compilation. I've been getting into soccer again recently. I mentioned that. Very deep dive into Man U. So I'm ready for their game against Wrexham when that comes up in, I don't know, 10 days or whatever.
Okay.
But anyways, I watched a compilation. So I've seen, like, maybe 10 of them.
Anyway, that's cool. That's fun.
Appreciate it. I did watch at one point their 1999 Champions League final game where they won the treble for the first time ever. I don't know if you've ever watched that game.
I've not.
or heard about it,
I've heard of
but
it.
okay, real nail biter. Like I had seen like okay, it's 2-1 is how it ends, but even still, it's getting into like the 90th minute. And I'm like, did everyone lie to me? Like, is that what happened? Crazy game. But anyways,
Hmm.
that's all I've got for number two.
Okay. So the remaining topics are the Olympics, food, strange deaths, animals, Roman emperors, and medieval laws.
You said strange animals,
Strange deaths, and then animals.
strange animal deaths, please. I will. I mean, these are all. We'll let you do one more after me. I guess you're after me, anyways. No, no, you're before me. I'll let you do one more after me. I'll do
Okay.
animals.
Animals. Okay. So, animals. Number one, a cat served as a mayor in the United States of America. A goat became a mascot for the Supreme Court. And a pigeon received military honors.
Is the goat.
Yeah, it's the goat.
I don't know why I'm familiar with the other ones. Maybe it's because I've played enough like Jackbox or something.
That's fair.
But the other two, like, there's just a flash of like that happened.
Yeah, so goats actually have been used as military mascots and college mascots, but never the Supreme Court. The cat that served as mayor was a cat named Stubbs.
Yes. Did we do an episode on that? I
We
feel like I remember
we have not.
talking with you about Stubbs.
I mean, we probably have talked about it, but we've never done an episode about it, and I've forgotten that we talked about it. But we've talked about so many things, is the thing.
Almost 3 years of things.
Yeah. Well, and in general, the 15, 16 years of life that we've shared.
Yeah, that too.
But it was in Talkeetna, Alaska for basically 20 years.
Love that. I mean, that's a cat.
Yeah, it was from 1997 till 2017. He wasn't officially elected. The town didn't have a formal mayor, and the residents jokingly adopted Stubbs as the honorary mayor. And he was a tourist attraction to the point where visitors would specifically go there to meet him.
A tourist attraction in Alaska.
Yeah.
Good for them. Great job.
Um, and then the pigeon was named Cher Ami. Cher Ami. It was World War One. There was an American battalion surrounded, and friendly artillery started shelling the American troops before the pigeon flew through the gunfire, despite being shot through the breast, losing an eye, and nearly losing a leg. Before delivering a message that saved roughly 194 soldiers. She received the French Croix de Guerre, which is like the Iron Cross of the French, and her body is preserved in the Smithsonian.
Insane.
Now,
Like,
you had. Go ahead, sorry.
no, I've been to big cities before,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I know that pigeons can get beefy,
Yeah.
but I don't know that I've ever seen a pigeon so beefy that it can take a bullet.
Yeah, that's fair. So you had Battlefield 1, correct?
I did. Yeah.
You play a mission in Battlefield 1 where you are a pigeon flying to deliver
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah, I
And
forgot that.
so I almost distinctly remember watching you play a mission where you were flying as a pigeon to deliver messages. And in hindsight, definitely should have known you would have gotten that one.
It was gone from my head.
Fair enough.
It just sounded right.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's another fun one that I would love to actually do a full episode on is, and I'm not going to say it because that'll ruin the fun.
Sweet. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, I've got one more.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay. Now this is video games.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So should be a good time. We've got a little bit of Donkey Kong,
Mm.
a little bit of Prototype, a little bit of FIFA.
Okay.
So, number one, the original Donkey Kong was intended to be a Popeye, as in the Sailor Man game, before Nintendo lost the license.
Okay.
Number two, Prototype was originally built around a morality system, deciding which abilities you could unlock, until it was scrapped for being too complicated.
Okay.
Number three, with 7 appearances, Wayne Rooney has appeared on more FIFA covers than any other player.
Okay. So that's tough. I think that the third one is the lie, the Wayne Rooney one. And I think that's a lie because I think either Messi has been on more or he's been on the same amount, is what I think. What I know is that Donkey Kong was originally intended to be something else. I don't know if it was Popeye, is the thing. I do know it was originally intended to be something else before it was turned into Donkey Kong. It was also not related to Mario at first. I also know that I'm pretty sure I read or heard a video at one point that was talking about Prototype leading to Infamous, or like the two being related in some way because of the morality system and not doing it. So that sounds logical to me because they came out at about the same time. And maybe that's just me creating something again. But also the Wayne Rooney thing sounds like it might be something that would throw me off because I'm like, no, it has to be Messi. And then it would actually be Wayne Rooney because Wayne Rooney was on FIFA covers when he was awful. I think that's the lie. I think it's the Wayne Rooney. I think that's the lie.
So I can't be absolutely for sure. I just did a quick look at a website that had covers from every FIFA, but like sometimes it was like, here's FIFA '08 for the DS and here's FIFA '09 for the Xbox 360. And so like I can't be positive. But on that website, Wayne Rooney was on 7 covers and Messi was on 4.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, first and foremost, how is Messi only on 4?
Yeah.
Like literally the face of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or even Ronaldo. How is Ronaldo not on more? Like,
Ronaldo's on 2.
how?
And he didn't have his first one until it was like
Wasn't it like
2018 or
16?
2019. It
Or
might have been
17?
16. Yeah,
because
like
I remember
16 and
it was one of his last years at Real Madrid. And then
yes.
he was on the cover at Juventus as well.
Yeah. So he's been on twice.
Holy cow.
So Messi was on from
Clint Dempsey's
2013.
been on there more than him.
He is not.
He has been on at least one.
Okay. Cool. Messi was 2013 through 2016. Rooney was 2006 through 2012.
Okay. Wow.
So, yeah, I hadn't really followed Rooney at all, except like just I feel like you look at him and he looks like he's angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like he seems like he'd be ready to fight. And then I've like started watching like highlights and stuff because I'm trying to like get in, to the culture and stuff. Dude's like really good.
Yeah. He was phenomenal.
Insanely skilled. Like for like all due respect, just like he's not. I don't think his shape means he's bad. Obviously, he's very good, but like he's not like the default soccer like shape of person.
He looks like he should be a boxer.
Yeah, and he's so good. Like he's too muscular.
Yeah,
to be a soccer player, and he's so good.
And he's also like famous for scoring bicycle kicks.
Yeah,
like that's a thing that he consistently did for a few years.
Crazy.
And when he and Ronaldo were on United together, he was consistently better than Ronaldo at times.
Yeah.
Like,
wild.
It's crazy.
So 7 years of Wayne Rooney. The Lies Prototype.
Okay.
And it just wasn't the case.
That's the type of game that has enough abilities in it. I could imagine a morality system being part of it.
Yeah. And gosh, what's the other one called again?
Infamous?
Infamous, yeah. Like it has its morality system and stuff like that. So like there is that like little tie-in mentally, but they just didn't. It also they considered a multiplayer adding multiplayer, and I think it was co-op, if I understand correctly, because I was like a bunch of prototypes fighting each other. Like, okay,
Or
I
even
feel
just
like
like co-op seems weird.
yeah, they decided they wanted to focus, like really hone in on the single player story and like
Mm.
experience. So they just went all in on that. And then there are a lot of rumors that are unsubstantiated that it was supposed to be, well, not unsubstantiated. There are reasons to believe it, but it's just rumors. It's never like been actually proven that it was supposed to be a Venom video game, but
Okay, that checks
they
out.
ended up not doing it. So
I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I don't see a Marvel game being what Prototype was.
yeah.
You know.
Well, they took, it was the same company that had made some Hulk game,
Okay.
and they took a system from that game where you could like, it was like the improvised weapon system or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Repurpose weapons where you could like pick up a car and now you've got this weapon. So that was Marvel, but I
That's
imagine
fair.
Hulk wasn't like, he didn't do as I did, which is pick up a car and just run down a city street. Good
I
times.
also I don't imagine that in the Hulk game you were regularly grabbing civilians off the street and then crushing them in your hands to absorb them.
Yeah, good times.
Good times.
But yeah, those are all my truths and lies.
Okay, you stumped me. What is your final choice for mine? Again, we have medieval laws, Roman emperors, strange deaths, food, and the Olympics.
Oh man. Okay, so let's do let's do one more in depth, and then we can do speed rounds for the last ones.
Yeah, that works.
Great, because I don't want your work to go to waste, Gage. I want the
Uh,
audience to get to hear it. So let's do strange deaths.
all right. This is what I was hoping we would do, actually.
Mhm.
Okay. So these are obviously all things that took place back in history. The philosopher Chrysippus died laughing. 2. Another philosopher died because a turtle fell on his head. And 3. There is at least one king that died being attacked by a group of monkeys.
At least one.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, why not? I'll go. Yeah, it's tricky because like king means a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, do I assume that a British monarch has been killed by monkeys? Not super likely, but like an Asian monarch in a country where monkeys reside, maybe. Yeah, and like just like historic, like there has to be a king for every cause of death at this point, you know?
I mean, at this point, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna rule that one out. Uh, what catches me is that the first philosopher had a name that I've never heard of, but that doesn't mean anything because I didn't have to take philosophy at any point in my academic career. And the second one didn't, which means he's like my kind of philosopher, like the kind I've heard of. Yeah, turtle on head, like that feels like the kind of like you're sitting under a tree pondering the ways of the world, and then bonk. How did the first one die?
He laughed to death.
Yeah, and that's a thing too. I'm gonna guess that no guy with that made up name has ever laughed to death.
Okay, you were wrong. I specifically was thinking European monarchs with the king
Cool,
thing
cool.
because I found stories of nobles who had been injured by monkeys but
Hmm.
never killed.
Okay. It like it also makes
Yeah.
sense for a British monarch. Like they travel.
Yeah. I mean,
So
yeah. And
yeah.
they, anytime they would see an animal that they were interested by, they would take it.
Pip pip.
Like, that's kind of their whole thing, is seeing something they think is cool and then taking it back to England.
So true.
Like,
How many monkeys are there in the museum?
I don't know. But yeah, so the philosopher Chrysippus is from the 3rd century BC. He apparently watched a donkey eating figs and then said, "Now give the donkey wine," and thought it was so funny that he laughed uncontrollably until he collapsed and died.
You know how long it was between these two things?
Like, immediately.
Okay. Poor guy just had the weirdest timed pulmonary embolism. And they're like, he died doing what he loved, making fun of donkeys.
Well, it's just like, apparently the way, the story is that it's because the image of a donkey eating figs and drinking wine was just so funny to him. And then there was another philosopher named Aeschylus. That's why I said another philosopher.
That's fair.
So there's something that birds of prey will do sometimes when they want to eat a turtle, is they will drop it on a rock, or they will dive bomb it and hit it against a rock. So Aeschylus was bald.
I don't know that hair would have helped.
And apparently an eagle mistook his head for a rock.
Love that.
And yeah, crushed his
I've
head
heard that one. Yeah.
with a turtle. The others, Roman emperors. We have a Roman emperor who appointed his horse as a priest. We have a Roman emperor who declared war on the sea, and we have a Roman emperor who attempted to outlaw left-handed people.
Was it Nero who declared war on the sea? Okay. Well,
You'll
we'll get
recognize
back
the
to
name,
that.
though, because,
Yeah.
you know that story.
Yeah. Diocletian. Domitian. Claudius.
You're getting closer.
Cool. Anyways, third one.
Yeah, that's the false one. It was Caligula.
Caligula. Yeah.
And Caligula was also the same one who appointed his horse as a priest.
Yeah, because he's a real weirdo.
He would
did
be
you say
fun
the
to do
third
an
one?
episode on.
That's true. Living his best life all the time. What was the third one again?
A Roman emperor attempted to outlaw left-handed people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It sounds like the type of thing Caligula would have done. For medieval laws, it was illegal to die in Parliament. So, medieval times. Animals were somewhat regularly put on trial, and if you lied a certain amount of times, you were required to wear bells.
I'll do the liar bells.
Yeah, it's liar bells.
I know how governments work, Gage. I know what's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, dying in Parliament, non-negotiable right there.
Being able to freely tell lies.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so food.
Is this the last one? No, there's Olympics.
Yes, then there's Olympics. Pineapples used to be a rented commodity. In Italy, certain parts of Italy, they used to make ice cream illegal during Lent, and ketchup was once sold as medicine.
Ketchup medicine.
That is true, actually. It was the ice cream.
Lent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've heard of the pineapples.
Yeah, because they were they were just really expensive. So people would rent them as a sign of prosperity.
Look at it.
Kind of like tulips in the Netherlands at that one point. That would be another fun episode to do.
Yeah. The best part about these two truths and a lie is that we've shot ourselves in the foot for there's so many episodes we could have done.
There's still episodes we can do.
Yeah.
Okay, Olympics. Live pigeon shooting was once an Olympic event. Competitive tree climbing was once an Olympic event. And tug of war was once an Olympic event.
I'm going to go tree climbing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the false one.
Right.
Yeah. Pigeon shooting and tug of war both used to be in the Olympics.
Yeah. No, I like when I first heard pigeon shooting, I was like, no. But then I thought about it, I was like, yeah. If that's helpful for my kind of internal dialogue there.
But no qualms on tug of war?
No, yeah, tug of war, I was like, yeah, definitely.
I wonder, like, because of that, I wonder if Red Rover has ever been considered.
I love that.
Tug of war was an Olympic sport from 1900 to 1920
Yeah. I'm curious who won.
as part of track and field. It would have been for 5 different Olympic Games.
Those clubs.
United Kingdom dominated normally.
I love that. Ooh, but you could create mixed teams of like different nations in the 1900. Like 1900, the winner was a team of Danes and Swedes that defeated the French team, and they were the only two teams that competed. There could be an episode about this too. This is great.
Live pigeon shooting was only an Olympic event at one Olympic.
That's fair.
It was the 1900 Paris Olympics. Do you know why they stopped?
They accidentally killed all the pigeons.
They killed about 300, apparently, which is about how many they released.
That's funny. I meant like they killed them before they released them.
Yeah, the rats of the air. No, it was animal rights backlash in 1900.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Cool. I always kind of imagined that as like a more modern thing. But yeah, they had backlash about it back in 1900.
Real quick, all of these medalists have their own Wikipedia article
for the tug of war.
For tug of war, and all of them. Okay, that one he doesn't have his own. Let's see. August Henry Rodenberg was an American tug of war athlete who competed in the 1904 Summer Olympics. Like most of them, it's like they were a tug of war athlete.
I wonder how long until we have a Wikipedia page.
That's so true. I think you can just make them.
That is so true as well.
I'm sure they have to have a cutoff because surely anyone would make a page. Like surely everyone would just make a page about themselves. So surely Wikipedia is actually checking like, is this a real thing? But I bet we can make one about us. We've got a podcast that's been going. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. I have enjoyed this episode. It's always a fun time. I say always a fun time. We've done this kind of episode twice now. And it was fun both times. So thank you, Gage, for lying to me the manner in which we agreed to. Thank you for listening. Thank you for, not you, Gage. Thank you for listening. You edit and stuff. Thank you. All right, Gage, I'm done thanking you. Listeners, thank you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. I hope that you had as much fun determining our lies as we did. I hope you had more fun. I hope one of you is laughing right now, still. And I hope you get the care that you need. Huge shout out to Adam Ward, Jared Scrowther, Jacob Casey, Fox Royale, and everyone else who's ever played an instrument for our intro and outro music. And shout out, as always, to our moms. Gage, do you have anyone or anything you want to say? We've got stickers, probably.
Yeah, by this point, definitely we'll have stickers. They say what you're about to hear is one of them. The other one is a seal for the Department of Esoteric Affairs that is a reference to our role-playing game that we're doing right now. The Long Hunt is what I've called it so far. And feel free to ask me about those. I don't know that at this moment we're going to have a way to sell them online, like through an online store. But if you're interested, comment or reach out and I'll work out a way to be able to get those to you.
Well, It's like we end every episode and like we're going to put on the sticker. It chapped my lips. Oh. Thank yourselves. Have a good week.